Okay, we are now live and on the record for this afternoon's civil docket, Monday, February 7th, 2022. And I'll start with quick announcements, please. Mr. Garcia, Attorney Bobby Garcia.
Yes, ma'am. Bobby Garcia. I'm here on docket number 16, Your Honor. It's a newly filed case. There was a counterclaim that was entered. So we had to wait for another counsel to come in, but we haven't even taken depositions on this case yet, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there any announcement from opposing counsel?
Your Honor, Selena Leon from Ralph Rodriguez's office. I believe we're on this case, and I apologize. I don't have a copy of the docket, but I know we are with Mr. Garcia on a couple of matters. And I would agree with him. I believe there's some interveners that had come in and we're still doing some discovery.
Okay, so I see that you all have already filed for a DCC.
Yes, I believe that is set, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
I'm on this case as well, Judge.
Okay. All right, then we're going to go ahead and give y'all a status. I'm going to go for, since it's fairly new, we'll come back on June the 1st at 9:30. And we'll see what gets done between now and then.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
That's it for me, Your Honor. Rick Eckerson is from my office is here on another matter.
Okay.
From my office.
All right. Okay, Mr. Denzer, anything else?
Not on this case, Judge.
Okay, and Ms. Leon?
Your Honor, we have one other case, and I think it's with the same office as Mr. Garcia's office, and I apologize, I don't have a copy of the docket, but that's all on that matter.
Okay, and you said it was who was here on your office behalf, Mr. Garcia?
Mr.
Judge,
Rick
this is
Eckerson.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr.
number-
Eckerson, what number?
Good afternoon, Judge. It's number 25 on your docket. It's CL 164015.
Okay, and who else is here? Ms. Leon is here on that case as well?
Yes, Your Honor, from Ralph Rodriguez's office.
And anyone else?
That's it, Judge. And I think our announcement is that we have one deposition to take, but we are to the point where we probably need a trial setting in the fall or the early spring. So we just need to get a DCC set.
Okay, and have y'all attended mediation?
We still have that to do as well, Your Honor. The one deposition and mediation is my understanding.
Okay,
Yes.
Go ahead and file your order setting the docket control conference.
Okay, Judge.
And then that way we can go ahead and get you set, just to let you know, you're probably not going to get a setting until early 2023.
Okay, that's fine,
Yes, Your
Judge.
Honor.
Okay, and I'll also have you come back on June the 1st at 9:30.
Great.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you, Judge.
anything else?
No, maybe.
That's it, Your Honor.
Okay, then Ms. Leon, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. My condolences to you.
Thank you.
That's what I did.
Okay. All right, yes, you're excused. Mr. Denzer, what other case did you have?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 27 on your docket, Judge.
CL 190-286-I, Teresa Valdez and Jose Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, Judge. Ruben Medina here on behalf of the plaintiff, Teresa Valdez.
And Nick Denzer for the defendant.
Okay, and
Judge.
what's the status?
This case settled on Friday. It is a TP SIGA case. So I would just ask if we could get a status hearing in maybe 30 days just to see where we're at on that, because they may take a little bit longer to get settlement documents or appropriate documents in place.
Okay, let's come back on March 23rd. If everything's filed before then, you don't need to appear. March 23rd at 9:30.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
That's all I have. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Palacios?
Good afternoon, Judge. I have number 23 on your civil docket. I see Mrs. Celia Munoz is also on screen. She's a pro se defendant.
Okay, CL 173804-I, Eugene Denby versus Celia Munoz. Ms. Munoz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I certainly can, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, what is the announcement, counselor?
Good
afternoon.
Mr. Denby. Judge, in this case, Ms. Munoz's attorney has since left the case. She's representing herself pro se. We have contacted the mediator, Edna Cedillo. As of now, Ms. Munoz has not hired counsel. We are still waiting for Ms. Munoz to contact Ms. Cedillo to set up mediation dates. I understand Ms. Munoz and her family was hit with COVID this past January. However, she seems to be well now, so we should be able to proceed quickly to mediation. Judge, they have canceled mediation at least 2 or 3 other times in the past. We're hoping that we can finally go to mediation on this case.
Okay, Ms. Munoz, do you intend on proceeding representing yourself?
No, ma'am, I do have an attorney, Mr. Hector Bustos. I don't know if he's on here or not.
Judge, we haven't received any notice of appearance of counsel or call from Ms. Munoz at all.
Judge, I just got hired, Judge. I'll go ahead and tender those documents over today or tomorrow to Mr. Palacios, Judge. I just got on board.
In that case, Judge, what I could do is I'll call Ms. Munoz today and we'll get on the horn with Ms. Cedillo and try to get this case settled pretty quickly.
Okay, do you all have everything you need to go to mediation?
Judge,
we've turned it over to Mr. Benya, the previous attorney, to Ms. Munoz, and I'll send over.
Mr. Bustos, do you have the current file from the previous attorney?
That I do not have, Judge. I just got on board. I would respectfully ask, Judge, if we could have at least anywhere from 21 to 30 days to kind of get up to speed with this. But we'll work diligently to try to get a mediation date ASAP with Mr. Palacios, Judge.
Okay, I'm gonna have y'all go to mediation before April the 6th. That gives you plenty of time to familiarize yourself with the case and come up with dates. You're gonna come back on April the 6th at 9:30, either with a settlement or ready to set a DCC.
That'll be perfect, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
April 6th at 9:30.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All
I have
right,
nothing further, Judge. May be excused.
you certainly may. Mr. Bustos, do you have anything else?
That's it, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge.
Okay, you're
Thank you.
welcome. Mr. Benz?
Good morning, Your Honor, or good afternoon, rather. Your Honor, I apologize. I don't have my cause number. I'm sorry, I don't have my order on the docket, but I do have my cause number, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
It's CL-21-3502. It's a uncontested annuitant transfer matter. I'm not certain the annuitant is in the courtroom, Your Honor. Rosalio Gomez Cruz.
Okay, that's number 7 on the court's docket. I'm sorry. You said, what was the name?
It's Rosalio Gomez Cruz.
Okay, is there anybody here by that name? Do you see him on the screen, or I don't even know if you'd know what the person would look like?
I don't, Your Honor. If the annuitant isn't present, I ask that we be moved to the end of the docket. So
I'm here.
counsel, apparently.
Oh, you're present? Okay, please announce yourself, sir.
Rosalio Gomez Cruz.
How do you spell your last name?
Gomez, Gamez. And Cruz, Cruz.
Hello.
Okay. Do you need him sworn in, Mr. Benz?
Yes, Your Honor, as I have a handful of questions and the statute requires the same, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gomez Cruz, will you please raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear that the testimony that you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Benz, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before I begin, Your Honor, I respectfully request the court take judicial notice of any of all documents in the court's file, Your Honor.
The court is taking judicial notice of all the documents in the court's file.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Thank you. Sir, could you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Rosalio Gomez Cruz, 1410 South Theo Avenue, Weslaco, Texas, 7596.
Are you the person named to receive payments under an annuity?
Yes.
Is it true that you're attempting to sell $54,000 out of that annuity to J.G. Wentworth Origination LLC?
Yes.
Are you aware at the present value of that sum at the rate of 1%, which was the federal discount rate at the time you entered into the agreement to sell the subject payments, is $49,652.83?
Yes.
Is it your understanding that J.G. Wentworth Origination LLC is willing to pay you a lump sum of $16,310.55?
Yes.
Do you understand that the effective annual discount rate applied to this transaction is 19.93%? In other words, that if this transaction had been a loan, effectively you would have been paying that rate to J.G. Wentworth Origination LLC.
Yes.
You are aware, are you not, that I am here representing J.G. Wentworth Origination LLC, and I'm not acting as your attorney today?
Yes.
You understand that if this court approves this transaction, you cannot come back to this court or my client or this judge and undo this transaction?
Yes.
What exactly do you plan on doing with the money?
Paying my medical bills, my taxes, and also some other small bills that I have because I haven't been able to work right now. So I got sick. I'm planning to pay all my bills that I have back down.
Now, the court may be curious as to know, are you working, or what's going to stop you from getting in financial trouble again?
It's because I was working, but I got sick this past weeks, months. I got sick. I couldn't walk it out because on my feet. I'm sick on my feet, and so I got sick. So that couldn't that detained me from working.
Are you working now, or will you be working in the future?
Yes, I'm back on my feet now, so I'm starting back up slow, but I'm working right now. I started working.
You'll be able to pay your taxes in the future?
Yes,
You'll be able to pay your regular bills as they come due?
Yes.
Do you have any idea which payments you're selling?
Right now, well, no, I don't. I just know that I'm going to pay my taxes.
No, I don't think you understand my question. I'm asking you, do you know which payments you're selling in the future of these annuity payments?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you understand that you're selling 200 monthly payments of $270 beginning January 15th, 2022 and ending August 15th, 2038. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I pass a witness at this time.
Okay. So, Mr. Gomez Cruz, you're asking the court to approve this transfer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And will you be resuming work soon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Then the court will accept your testimony and will approve this. And is this already been submitted to and filed with the clerk?
Your Honor, if it hasn't, I'll ensure lead counsel files before the end of the day, Your Honor.
Okay. As soon as it comes in, I'll make sure it's forwarded to my queue.
Your Honor, that concludes my business for this honorable court. May the witness and I be excused?
Yes, you're both excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good day. Okay, Mr. Nittler?
I don't know what I am on the docket number, but I have a cause number, F like Frank -0069-22-9.
Judge, Evelina Hoss on that case. It's number 32 on your docket. I represent Miss Amy Nittler, who is the petitioner in this case.
Okay. And we're here for a temporary orders hearing. Okay, so Mr. Nittler, will you be continuing to represent yourself?
No, ma'am. I was served these documents on Tuesday of this week, and I'm currently consulting with counsel, and Ms. Klein has been out of office, and I do not have an appointment set until Thursday of this week.
Okay, so Mr. Hinojosa, are you asking for is there an injunction in place?
Yes, Judge, I'm asking to be in effect, remain in effect, an order extending the injunction, the TRO, if Mr. Nittler is asking for more time, Judge.
Okay.
I got notified by a paralegal from Miss Klein's office asking me to just ask the judge in kindness for a reset until I can obtain counsel.
Okay, that's fine, and I'll grant that request. Hold on. Let me just check to see if we can have you come in on the 21st.
Your Honor, we would be available on the 23rd at 11.
Okay. That's right. The courthouse is closed on the 21st.
All right, Judge.
Okay, so it'll be on February the 23rd at 11 a.m.
Very well, Judge. I'll submit the order extending. My client's on the screen, Judge, so she heard everything. So February 23rd at 11 a.m.
Yes, and I will, if it is going to be contested, then you are required to attend mediation prior to that date.
Very well. Very well, Judge.
And if you all can't agree to a mediator, let me know and we will appoint one.
Very well, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, then you all have a good day. We'll see you then.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Mr. Perez? Martin Perez.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is JJ Trevino. I'm the movant on that case that Mr. Pettis is on here this afternoon. Just
Okay.
a
Good
morning.
brief
Good
for you.
afternoon, Your Honor. Sorry.
What's the number?
Judge, we are
14
number
on the docket.
14.
Okay, one at a time, gentlemen.
Sorry.
What number?
Number 14 on the docket, Judge.
CL 21-2615-I, Lydia Cerda versus Dalkin Corp of Texas. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead. Go ahead, JJ.
Thank you. Movant Dolgen Corp of Texas, Judge, we've agreed to reset the motion for summary judgment so that the parties, so that I can take the plaintiff, her deposition, Your Honor. The agreement that we reached is that the deposition would occur on or before March the 15th. Therefore, Mr. Pettis and I are in agreement to ask this court for a reset of that motion sometime in the April timeframe, Your Honor.
Okay, it'll be reset to April the 4th at 11 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes.
And
Thank you, Your Honor.
that is on the summary judgment? That's what's being held, or is that a status conference?
Yes. Well, you're set for a motion for summary judgment. If you're resetting that until after the depo, then it would be April 4th at 11 a.m.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Okay, Mr. Guerra, Juan Angel Guerra.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what number?
Docket CL 21-3663I. I don't have a docket sheet, Your Honor. It's Guerrero Adan. The plaintiff is Esponjas Development.
Okay, that's number 9 on the court's docket. Is anyone here for Esponjas Development?
I don't have an attorney on the plaintiff side, Your Honor. And it's a company, so he can represent themselves.
Mm-hmm. And what's your announcement on this?
This is a pre-trial. I guess you can go ahead and set it for a jury trial. We requested we already paid the jury fees.
So there's nobody that's been coming forward from the plaintiff.
No, ma'am, I haven't gotten any response as to who's on the other side. And there's none appearance made of anybody making an appearance.
But this is from an appeal, isn't that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and has the bond already been paid and the court costs?
We paid the court cost and the bond. We submitted the signature bonds that are required. We submitted all that. We perfected the appeal, Your Honor.
Okay, let me look that up. I show nothing. There's an order denying the appeal bond. I don't show anything.
Right, on the
stating-
appeal package, we submitted the signature bonds that are required. And when this happens, the judge denies, and as long as we, then this court can then look at our bonds, signature bonds, and this court, the statute says that if there's a what is it called, substantial compliance, and this court can decide whether or not the signature bonds are in compliance. And I've never had a judge denied it. I don't know why this judge denied my bonds. This is all I do. And we provided the signatures bond, the solvency bond, everything that is required.
Mm.
And it's on the appeal package.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure this court has dealt with those before, and that's usually the way it's done. And never have we put a $5,000. So I'm not sure why I'm not sure why he denied it. But the statute says that as long as it's substantial compliance, it goes to you, and then this court can then look at it again. And I'm telling you that the signature bonds are in compliance. And since there's nobody on the other side challenging it.
Okay, this is the first time that you're urging it, I think. So so nobody has been showing up for esponjas.
I think that he showed up on the first hearing, that somebody showed up, and I believe
Yes.
it was him, and the judge, I think, instructed him that he was gonna allow him to represent, but that he would need to get a lawyer eventually because it's a
Right,
company.
well, I think the last time that he showed up, I let him know that he was going to have to hire counsel.
Right, and so.
And so I'm not sure, and I don't know why nobody is here today. However,
If he does hire counsel, I'll be more than happy to talk to the counsel and see if we can work out the appeal bond. But as far as I know, it's perfected. Of course, once that he appears with an attorney, the court can always, reevaluate his arguments.
well, I know that you filed your affidavit of solvency, and then I see that Judge Munoz filed his order denying the appeal bond. And then,
Judge, in regards to notice and what I have on my notes, Judge, on the docket for that case is that the bond was under advisement, Judge, but Mr. Guerra was supposed to file an order resetting with proper notice as far as ceasing that development. And that was not filed.
okay. Okay, Mr. Guerra, file an order resetting hearing with the CC for March the 23rd, please,
Yes, ma'am.
at
March.
9:30.
March 23rd at 9.
Yeah, at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and then that way we can follow the proper course.
Yes, ma'am. Reset.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Stay safe.
Mr. Fryer?
Good afternoon, Judge Richard Fryer for Sherryland Water Supply Corporation. I'm number 20 on your docket, CL-20-3026-1. I believe our the other attorneys are on the call as well, except, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, Judge Jose Hernandez here on behalf of the plaintiff, Eleanor Ready Mix, Judge.
Orlando Cantu here on behalf of Filigonia Site Contractor.
Okay, and is Mr. Montalvo appearing today? Okay, well, what is the announcement, gentlemen?
Well, actually, Judge, Mr. Fryer, you just want me to make the announcement is, Judge, we went to mediation on this matter, Judge. We did come up with a mediated settlement agreement, Judge.
And two of the parties have abided by the settlement agreement, Judge. There is an issue as to one of the parties that has not, Judge. So we're in the process, Judge, of dismissing the two that have abided by the settlement agreement, Judge. And we're actually going to change our lawsuit and amend our lawsuit for violation of the settlement agreement, Judge. And that case will probably have to go on.
Okay,
Your Honor, may I respond to that?
yes.
We have paid the $4,000. We were a few days late. The check got stuck here in my office. It was my problem. So we paid the $4,000, and we've also made another payment, and they have accepted the payments. So I don't know what he's complaining about. I don't know what these people want. But if he wants to go ahead and continue this lawsuit, we'll be happy to oblige, because we will sue him too. And so there's no need for this. There's a phone call would take care of this. The only problem is that, hey, you want to generate fees? Let's generate fees then. That's simple.
Judge, in response to that, the settlement agreement is very clear when payments are to be made. And when payments aren't made, Judge, and they default on two payments that are required to be due on the first of the month, that is two breaches of the contract, Judge. So, and Mr. Conte is right. They did make one payment 2 weeks late. And we accepted that payment as a mitigation of the damages, Judge. So we're not trying to generate fees, Judge. It's just, we've given the defendant payment plans in the past, and he continually breaches payment plans. And what are we to do, Judge? I mean, the only way is to hold him to the position of, you need to make payment. And if you don't make payment on time, you need to pay the attorney fees for reminding you to make payments. I mean, I shouldn't have to babysit payment under settlement agreement, Judge, and that's where our claims are. So it's I'm not trying to be difficult and generate fees. It's just when you have to deal with clear breaches multiple times, there's only so far that my client can take, Judge. Promises to pay that keep on being breached. I mean, the only option is to amend lawsuit, and he has to pay the what is due. And I'm tired of these payment plans, Judge, when there's just breaks. I can't do it. My client is upset, and he is entitled to amend his lawsuit and proceed with additional attorney fees and expenses for having to deal with these constant breaches.
And all I'm saying, Your Honor, is we're going to defend, okay, and we're going to bring out the truth, okay, on the other agreements that they had, okay?
Okay, so for right now, all I need to know is whatever has been settled, I need those settlement documents and the dismissals to be filed so I can at least clear that up. And if there's anything that's pending that does not get worked out, well, then I guess we'll just go ahead and deal with it at that time.
Yes, Judge.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a tickler for those settlement documents to be submitted, or a dismissal, or whatever it is, that the way you want to dispose of this case by March the 4th, I'm sorry. And then on the remainder of the case, if you're going to continue with it, well, then I'll just wait to see what documents you all file at that time.
Will do, Judge.
Very well, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
That is it, Judge.
May I be excused? May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Caso?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I've got two items on the court's docket. The first one is item number 30.
Okay, CL 21-3080-I, Bob Becker, BOECKER versus Jesus Everardo Villarreal Salinas et al.
Yes, Your Honor. Jose Caso on behalf of plaintiff. For this case, I think we were trying to work something out. It's not looking too promising. So I think that what we were hoping to do is just request a DCC and just set it for trial and see if that can get the case a little bit closer to resolution.
Is anybody here for the defense? Okay, Jesus Everardo Villarreal Salinas, or VSDA Services. Is anyone here? Okay. If they're going to continue pro se, I mean, I'm sure you're probably going to have some issues. But
Yeah.
go ahead and file what it is whatever it is that you need. If you want to set this up for a DCC, file your motion and we'll get you set so we can set you.
Perfect, Your Honor. And then we have one more item. It's number 29.
Okay, CL 21-2059-I, A Plus Federal Credit Union versus Eric, ERIK Vela.
No, 28, I'm sorry. Jose Luis Trevino. I may have said
Okay.
28.
CL 194038-I, Jose Eliu Trevino versus Ioana, IOANA, Paulina Santana Signs et al.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jose Caso on behalf of Jose Luis Trevino.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Patricia Garza on behalf of Elizabeth Gutierrez.
Victor Sanchez for Ms. Stein.
Okay, go ahead. And what is the announcement?
So, Your Honor, at this point, it seems like the primary party that was responsible for the collision, Mr. Kendall, we've uncovered that he is an excluded driver from the policy, and moreover, it looks like the insurance company ACCC is in receivership. So I think that the next task is we need to assert a claim with Mr. Trevino's potential uninsured, underinsured claim to see if he has any. And if he doesn't, then we can resume this lawsuit. And if he does, I think we need to proceed with that pursuant to the receivership rules in the ACCC receivership proceeding.
Okay, anything to add, Ms. Garza or Mr. Sanchez?
No, Your Honor, just, well, I guess, yes. I will be working with Mr. Gasso about the necessary affidavits we need, letters from employers so that we can hopefully, even though, you know, we are taking the position that we have a coverage issue. However, even if we wanted to make an offer, there are certain things that we just need to obtain from Mr. Gasso's clients. And so we will be working with him to, but it's been a very, it's a TP SIGA case. And so it's been a very slow process, not just on this one, but all of our cases.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez?
Nothing further from me, Your Honor.
Okay, so then what do you just want me to set you for a status, maybe?
I would say maybe around April, if not May. I sent the letter to my client's insurance company today, so it'll probably take like 30 days to get a response. And then even then, probably another 60 days to work with Ms. Garza on getting the affidavits and so forth. So maybe even set it for June, unless we need something beforehand, then we can request something else.
Okay, let's come back on June 1st at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
Nothing further for me.
Okay, all right, y'all have a good day. Ms. Garza, any other case?
I do, yes, Your Honor. Number 19.
CL 192775-I, Judith Nadia Mendoza versus Perla Herrera.
Yes, Your
Good
Honor.
afternoon, Your Honor. Oh, sorry, Selena Padilla here for plaintiff.
Hi, Selena. Good afternoon. I'm Aisa Garza on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. I think we're close. We have the release that we've obtained from Ms. Padilla's office. Checks have not been issued, but they've been requested. So there shouldn't be an issue going forward.
Okay, Ms. Padilla, anything to add?
No, Your Honor. It looks like we are going to be wrapping this up shortly.
Okay, how much time?
I believe within the next 30 days to get all of those settlement documents filed with the court.
Okay, then I'll have a tickler set for March the 25th, just to see if everything's been filed. And if necessary, we'll set you up for a setting after that. So don't worry about coming back. We'll just set a tickler.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you,
anything
Your Honor.
else?
No, may I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Padilla, any other case?
No, that's it. May I be excused as well?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. This is number 31.
Okay, CL 21-1711-I.
Yes, Your Honor.
Gem
And
Enterprises versus WBL SPE. Okay.
defense counsel is also on the call. I saw him on maybe page.
Good afternoon, Judge Kelly McInnes for Gem Enterprises.
Okay, and what is the announcement, gentlemen?
We finally got some additional mediation dates from the mediator on Friday, Your Honor. The dates are primarily in March, and I think there's also an April 1st date, which looks like it may be promising. So what we're asking the court to do is set us up for another status conference on that April 6th at 9:30 docket, and then we can report to the court whether or not we achieved a settlement at the mediation whenever it's held. And if not, then we would appear to set a DCC at that time.
Okay,
Judge,
Mr. McInnes?
That's right, Judge. We've gone through mediation and we had to stop early because the mediator had a scheduling issue, but we were very close to settling. And I think once we get in there, we'll get this case settled.
Okay, good. All right, then you all will come back on April the 6th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day. May we be excused.
Thank you, likewise. Mr. Efthimiou?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. F3266-21-9 in the matter of the marriage of Jose Andrade and Jerry Andrade?
That's
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, we had we mediated and we had temporary orders. Last time we were in court, we mentioned that my client might want to modify the temporary orders. So I filed a motion to modify, and I know the court had certain requirements, so we need to find out exactly what the court requires for this kind of situation.
Judge, if I may just address it, we did mediate, correct? Yes, that's correct. And we entered into an agreement. I sent it for final hearing so I can get the judge's guidance on whether the court's going to send us to mediation so we can mediate this case for a final disposition. It won't work if we go to mediation and then after the mediation we're modifying the mediated settlement agreement. That's just not conducive to getting this case closed out.
Okay, so let me look it up real quick. Hold on. Let me ask you, I mean, obviously there's certain things that the respondent wants to modify as to the temp orders, but aside from that, is this, I know it's already right, but is this ready to finalize?
Well, I think if we were to be ready, the court would require us to go to mediation. So,
well, my question is it ready to finalize at this point?
not if they're going to fight for custody. We're going to need to do a whole bunch of things if they're going to fight for custody.
Okay,
what it sounds
so Mr. Efthimiou, yours, is it ready for final?
Well, I'm ready to have a final hearing, but I don't know if the court requires
No, but,
certain things.
okay. So is custody an issue?
Yes, well, it's who's going to establish the primary residence.
Okay, so let me ask y'all. So Mr. Efthimiou, did your client move back to Hidalgo County?
Yes,
Okay. Now, have the parties agreed to custody?
well, it was 1 week on, 1 week off, joint managed conservatorship. But the child stays mostly with my client. The other side does not even show up most of the time, but my client can testify to that.
Okay, so that's not what I'm asking. Okay, so what is it that she wanted to modify of the temp orders?
She wants to establish a primary residence and for him to have visitation and pay child support.
Okay, so then she wants for him to have standard visitation, and she wants to have not full custody, but she wants to have majority time with the child.
Correct.
Okay, she's shaking her head no. So have you had an opportunity to speak with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
She's saying no.
Okay, what exactly are you saying no, Ms. Andrade?
I said I still wanted to keep the same 1 week on, 1 week off, but I want her main address to be here with me with child support since she spends most of the time with me. I don't want to keep him from her I don't want to keep her from him. I still want the same week on, week off.
Because if it's 1 week on and 1 week off, and she's saying that he doesn't visit with the child and she has the child most of the time, then of course I'm going to want to hear evidence of that because somebody's not telling me the truth. So, Mr. Guerrero, are you saying that is your client denying that he is not exercising his visitation?
He's right there, Judge. I know you can only see his forehead because he's not looking at.
Okay, Mr. Andrade, have you been exercising your visitation with your daughter?
I go every week to pick her up, like the schedule on Sunday, I pick her up. The only thing I wasn't happy with is that it's 1 week off, 1 week on, but she's with her all the time because she was doing virtual at the time. But I pick her up every week like I'm supposed to. I drop her off every week. I'm with her all the time. And the only concern is that when I pick her up after I get off work from work and pick her up at school, I return her at 9 o'clock, which doesn't give me enough time to spend time with her.
But why are you returning her during your week if it's your week?
Because she drops her off at school because she was doing the virtual. And I go
So
to work.
where is the child in school or is she doing home learning?
No, she's in school now. She's in school now, but the issue is I go to work at 6:30. I'm gonna work at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh.
That's the issue. And
Okay,
I have support. Excuse me. I have support to help me with my daughter to get her in school, get her ready, just to drop her off in school. That's not an issue. But I'm abiding by the rules. Everything you said, I'm abiding with everything.
So this is when you all need to look at the situation as a whole. Sometimes we want things, but our life circumstances do not allow for them.
Yes, I
For
understand.
example, I mean, I'm sure you want to spend as much time as you can with your daughter.
Oh, I want to. I love
Yeah, but like you're bringing her home so she can be at home at a decent hour to be in bed to go
Exactly.
to school the next day. And now Miss Andrade is using that against you, which is not fair, Miss Andrade also. So you all need to decide if you're going to end up putting this child at the forefront of your agreement. Look, you say you want him to be visiting the child as much as possible. He says he wants to visit the child. He obviously doesn't have an issue with you visiting the child either because he agreed to 1 week on and 1 week off. Whatever it is that you all agree to, you can't hold it against each other. You want your daughter to go be with him and spend the night. He's telling you he can't, but your daughter's going to be up at, and out of the house at 6 in the morning because he has to make it to work. So either you want your daughter dropped off at your house at 5:45 or 6 in the morning every morning so that he can have the child spend the night, or you all come up with a reasonable agreement that doesn't count against one or the other. Do you understand what I'm saying? And as far as support, I don't know who earns more or what, but are both of you employed? Miss Andrade, did you get a job?
I've had a job, yes.
Okay. So, all right. And who's earning, did you all do an offset or calculate, or what's the situation on that? Do they earn about the same?
We haven't looked at the numbers yet.
All right. Well, that's going to be an issue. Y'all need to look at the numbers, okay? As far as primary, to me, primary is a title that doesn't mean anything. If you're going to be sharing custody 50-50, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a title. And this is a hint for the rest of y'all that practice family law where clients are fighting for that title. It doesn't mean anything. You all can, you know how you overcome that? Let me give you a trick. Geographical restriction. That's how you overcome it.
That's fine with me.
You either do a geographical restriction to a school district, to a city, to a county, to something. That's one way of overcoming it. Okay, you all talk about it. I mean, remember this, guys. I used to be a mediator. I did this for 20 years. You know that my hat, it's family hat. It's a family law hat. You want me to think outside the box? I love it when y'all think outside the box. When it's regarding the children. When you're going to come up with something customized regarding the kiddos, as long as it works. But then don't use it against each other. And don't also, as parents, don't bite off more than you can chew. Because I understand, of course, anybody that's fighting for custody or wants their kiddo, they want them all the time. They want them all the time. And I use myself as an example. I do not have a conventional marriage. I don't. My husband's schedule is very flexible and mine is not to some extent. But if I had a little one that was 3 or 4 years old and I'm during political season, well, guess what? Is it very conducive for me to have my daughter with me all the time when I've got to be at events. I mean, I've got to think about the life situation and how it affects my child. And if you're truly co-parenting, then hey, you know what? I'm here for you today. Tomorrow you're here for me too. That's real co-parenting. That's real co-parenting.
So the
So
only issue we have is child support.
I already gave you all a lot of information to chew on as a group. But right now, if y'all haven't even discussed numbers, that's one thing you're gonna have to discuss. So you've got temp orders in place right now. Those are gonna stay in place. I'm gonna give you all an opportunity to discuss this, okay? If you all cannot come up with an agreement within the next 14 days, then we're gonna have you come back. I'm gonna give you some time to chat, get all that information out. And good thing is if you're down to just primary, I gave you all some information for y'all to think about, okay? So we'll come back on February the 23rd at 11 a.m. And then we're gonna see if you guys have that worked out. And as far as child support goes, unless one party is completely under the limit, is actually earning like way less. I mean, there's a lot of factors you need to look at that with respect to child support. Just because it's 50-50, it's not automatic no child support, but it doesn't mean it's automatic child support. So we'll have you come back on February the 23rd at 11 a.m. And let's see if you all are able to come up with something. And if you're not, we'll probably check in with y'all the day before.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Anything else?
We'll send some proposals to each other then.
All right. Work it out. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see you then. Y'all
Thank you.
take care.
You too.
Saw Miss Thompson shaking her head up and down. All right. Miss Adamo?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm on number 29 here representing A+ Federal Credit Union plaintiff.
Okay, CL 212059-I, A+ Federal Credit Union versus Eric Vela. Is Mr. Vela present? Eric Vela? Eric Vela? Eric Vela, okay. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, we had filed a motion for substitute service back at the very beginning of September, and we had set a hearing. Originally was set for October, and then it got bumped to December, and then it subsequently, I believe, was bumped for today. So we're looking to see if the court would still entertain the original motion that we had on file, and if not, to let me know what the next best steps would be so we can move this case along.
Okay, let me just go ahead and look at this. Okay, I do see that you filed the proper pleadings for that and that your affidavit is on file, so the court is granting your motion for substitution of service. I'll ask for the order that you filed on September 1st, 2021 to be forwarded to my queue, and I'll sign off on it.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. That's going to be all for me. I'll just ask to be excused.
Okay, we'll see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ms. Thompson?
Yes, Judge. Number 5 on the court's docket with Mr. Flores.
F 6166-15-9 in the interest of minor children.
Yes, Judge.
Also, Judge, I'm sorry, Isabel Trevino with the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Flores, did you make it to your office or are you still driving?
I'm here, Judge. I made it.
Okay. All right. And what is the announcement on this case?
It's just an agreement that we entered into via a Rule 11, I believe, that we submitted to the court. We're working on the orders. We just need to prove it up with the clients.
Okay. And what are the clients' names?
My client is Mr. Sears.
My client is April White, and she's here with me.
Okay. Who will be proving it up?
I can do so, Your Honor.
There you go.
Okay. Is Mr. Seegers on screen?
Yes.
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Okay. Mr. Seegers, can I please have you raise your right hand? And Ms. White, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. White, yes or no?
Yes.
And Mr. Seegers?
Yes.
Okay, you may lower your hands. All right, Ms. Thompson, you may proceed.
Mr. Seegers and Mrs. White, if you all can listen to the totality of the agreement and then listen to the end of it, if that's your understanding of the agreement. The agreement is that you will be joint managing conservators over your daughter, Malata. There will be no geographic restriction, and the Mrs. White will determine the residence of the child. Mrs. White will also have the exclusive right to determine the school for the child. The visitation that you two have agreed upon is a little bit different than normal, considering that Mr. Seegers resides out of state. And beginning this month, Mr. Seegers will provide a 3 to 4 week notice of his intent to do a period of possession, which would be a weekend, a Friday after school till Sunday. And those visits will be here in Hidalgo County until the child is 10. And Mrs. White will supervise the first 3 visits between dad and the child. And then once the age of 10, we've got the different provisions that you all have agreed to with regards to the holidays. It's pretty much the family code as well. And in the summer, Mr. Seegers will have 2 weeks possession of the child. Is that your understanding of the agreement thus far, Mr. Seegers?
Yes.
Ms. White, is that your understanding of the agreement thus far?
Yes.
And with regards to the child support, Mrs. Trevino had sent us some information over, I think it was on Friday, and we've been exchanging back and forth, but the child support agreement is that Mr. Seegers will pay $352 a month starting February 1st, and that there are some arrears in the amount of $45,605.88 as of January 30th. We understand that he has made a payment of $2,500 before January 24th. And if that is the case, we understand that he's made that payment, it just hasn't been posted yet. As soon as it posts, then that $45,605 would be adjusted to include that. He has also agreed to pay $2,500 this month and then $100 thereafter until the debt is paid in full. And Mrs. White will continue to have insurance for the child through the state, and dad will reimburse the state $204 for that health insurance. Is that your understanding of the agreement thus far, Mrs. White?
Yes.
Is that your understanding of the agreement thus far, Mr. Seegers?
Yes.
And then the last part is the medical support arrears in the amount of $9,833.01 as of January 30th. Mr. Seegers will pay that back at $19 a month beginning this month. Ms. White, have you heard the entire agreement put on the record?
Yes.
Is this your understanding of the entire agreement?
Yes.
Is there anything missing?
No.
Are you asking the court to approve the agreement today?
Yes.
Do you believe it's in the best interest of your daughter?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Flores, any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Seegers, we have gone back and forth with an order, making corrections to the order that reflects the mediated or the agreement that we settled on back on January 11th. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in there, you have approved it. The only changes that are taking place is that we're including the physical address, and we're clarifying that arrearage of $45,605.88. There's a payment that you already made in January, and you're to get credit for that. So it'll reflect that, bringing that amount down to $25,105.88. You understand that, Mr. Seegers?
Yes.
That's the intent of the order, the language. If there's an issue down the road, we'll fix it, but it's to reflect that you're going to get credit for that payment of $2,500, only because we're using that date of January 30th as that being the amount. You made that $2,500 payment before January 30th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, real quick. I think the number would be $43,105.88. Is that right?
As of January 30th.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that might better resolve the matter since it's already been paid.
Okay.
All right. You agreed to the visitation, the possession, the time, age, the understanding of the flight availability and all that. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's fair to say that you and Ms. White basically kind of negotiated this between yourselves, giving us the lawyers guidance as to what you ultimately wanted to agree to. Is that correct?
Correct.
No one forced you or coerced you to enter this agreement. You entered into it freely and voluntarily. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're asking the court to approve this agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. White, basically the same question or same statement. You and Mr. Seegers kind of worked this agreement out between yourselves. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
And you're satisfied with the services that your lawyer's given you, and no one forced you or coerced you to enter this agreement. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you're asking the court to approve this agreement. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. That's all I have, Judge.
Okay. Any other questions?
Judge, and I just wanted to clarify something.
Go ahead.
The draft of the agreed order that was sent to me showed child support arrears of $45,605.88. And that is a true amount as of January 30th, 2022. There were some payments that posted on January 31st. And giving him credit for those, then the child support arrearage amount, if we use, and let me explain why I requested January 30th as the as of date. Because if we use January 31st and the payments came in, our system reads the judgment as including those payments and he doesn't get credit.
Right.
Okay. So Isabel, and just for my clarification, the $2,500 payment then came on the 31st and not before January 30th?
No, it posted with us on January 31st.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So then we do use the 45 figure as of January 30th.
30th.
And everything will move forward. Perfect. Then
right.
Mr. Seegers, do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right.
You'll get credit, but it'll be proper credit. And I know because it almost happened to one of my clients, my former clients. And that was when I was practicing.
Your Honor, I also have paid the $500 mediation, which we didn't go through with that mediation. I would like that refunded just because the mediator canceled 5 times on me and we worked out eventually. So that $500 can go towards my child support payment or going towards the arrears.
The court doesn't have any, I don't handle that unless there's something that's going to be some kind of motion that's filed. You need to deal with that with your attorney and the mediator. And it depends what I don't know what the mediator's like form says. And
yeah, well, they canceled 5 times.
Yeah, so I mean, but I have nothing to do with that.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Okay, anything further?
Nothing
Well,
further.
of nothing further, the court takes judicial notice of all the documents in the court's file and approves the agreement as testified to on the record that'll be set forth in more detail in an order that's to be submitted. By how long do y'all need?
I think it's the week, Your Honor. I think we're almost there.
That's correct.
Okay, I'm just gonna set a tickler for February the 25th. And I'll look for it around that time just to make sure that it's been submitted.
And Judge, we will also, I had not, my fault, not previously added Mrs. Trevino's signature block on there, but I'll add Mrs. Trevino's signature block so that she signs off on it as well.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
So
you.
I commend you, Ms. White and Mr. Seeger, for placing your child at the forefront of this and just continue to be the best parents that you can be. It's very evident that your child is very important to each of you. So good luck to you all. Best wishes and God bless.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Y'all take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Ms. Ramirez, Ms. Tony Ramirez. You're on mute, Ms. Tony. Tony Ramirez?
I'm present, Your Honor.
Okay, F2114-20-9, Juan Armando Campos versus Maria del Pilar Campos.
That is correct.
Okay, and who's here for the other side?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Amber Vanscover here on behalf of Respondent Maria Pilar de Campos.
Okay, and what is the announcement?
The announcement is we're in the middle of negotiating, and Ms. Van Schuver needs a little bit of information, which I plan to give it to her probably by tomorrow, because I want to go ahead and be prompt with it. And hopefully we could get just one more reset. I think we will have it finished by then.
Okay. And anything to add?
No, Your Honor, we are still continuing with discovery. We had a few remaining issues outstanding, and we have been sending settlement offers back and forth. So I think if we could just have maybe 2 more weeks, reset it for a status, we may be able to come to an agreement by then. If not, request a DCC.
Okay, March 23rd, we'll set it for a status. If you're ready to prove up at that time, we can do it at that time.
Your Honor, can we have it sooner than like February 23rd?
Actually, that's March 23rd. That's pretty jam-packed. If you all have an agreement prior to March 23rd and all you need to do is prove up, we'll squeeze you in. But other than that, March 23rd at 9:30.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the excuse.
That's all we have today.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Ms. Sepulveda Martinez?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 12 on the docket. I'm standing in for Midland Credit.
CL 21-1841-I, Midland Credit versus Carla De Leon.
Your Honor, Veronica Sepulveda Martinez for Midland Credit. It was a motion for default judgment. Charles Banker last week filed an answer on the case.
That's correct, Judge. I'm here on her behalf, and she is here on Zoom.
Okay.
And we just want it taken off the default judgment docket, and then give me time to talk to the plaintiffs about this.
Okay, how much time are you requesting, counselor?
At least 30 days.
Okay. All right. And so now, I'm not sure, Ms. De Leon, so now Ms. De Leon is being represented by Mr. Banker, and I'm not sure, Ms. Rivera, did you need Ms. De Leon to contact Mr. Banker, or?
Judge, this morning, Ms. De Leon did appear in court, and I do believe that she had somewhat of an aggressive tone with the court staff. So just for clarification, that Ms. De Leon is to contact Mr. Charles Banker regarding anything of her case, and that we cannot advise her further than letting her know that she needs to talk to her attorney.
Okay, so now that you have counsel, Ms. De Leon, please contact Mr. Banker. He is going to be your, he's your form of communication to the court, okay?
Yes, understood.
All right. Okay, so then I'll have y'all come back on March the 23rd for a status. If it settles by then, just let us know.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
You certainly may. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, not from the.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Okay, Ms. Carranza Hernandez?
Good morning, Judge. I'm number 18 on the docket. I was waiting to see if someone joined from Rodrigo Oliveira. Oh, there's David.
Mr. Oliveira's there. Yes.
I'm here. Hi.
Okay, CL 141300-I, Alicia Alonso versus FEMA Enterprises, Inc.
We were set for status this morning, Judge. We had some issues locating the plaintiff. This case has been mediated, but I think Mr. Oliveira and I have both concurred that we think we can get it done. It's just a matter of actually getting it done. We're pretty close.
And if we can't get it done, we can certainly try another half-day mediation.
Okay, so how much time are you requesting?
I would say, Judge, 60 days.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
April 6th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Carnohan?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Chris Carnahan.
I'm appearing on behalf of Unifund CCR versus Jose Navarro.
Okay.
I don't have your docket.
CL 22-0046-I. And I have Mr. Dennis Ramirez on the other side. Was he making an appearance today?
I believe he filed an answer on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Ms. Rivera, have we heard from Mr. Ramirez?
No, Judge, but I can give him a call. If you'd like, Your Honor.
Yes, because I need to know. Let me see. I need to know if he's going to be urging this or not.
1 second, Judge.
Okay, I'll recall you shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Makowski,
Good afternoon, Judge.
good afternoon, sir.
I think we have Mr. Sahadi is here as well. So this
Good
is
afternoon, Judge.
This is defendant CCRGV Pizza and CC Valley's no evidence motion for summary judgment. We may be able to take this in, I think, fairly quickly. Mr. Sahadi's client had sued CCRGV Pizza, and we filed the no evidence motion for summary judgment to remove them from the case. We've turned over all the documents to plaintiff's counsel. This entity is not on the lease. It's not an owner or occupier of the premises. And what it does, the evidence before the court is that it simply provides payroll services to management. So that's one of the components of the motion for summary judgment. And perhaps,
Okay, Mr. Sahadi?
Judge, the evidence they have attached to their motion for summary judgment, Judge, I don't believe I should be considered by the court. It's not been properly authenticated, and we would object on that ground. So I don't think it's properly before the court for the purposes of this hearing.
we provided that within the course of discovery, Judge. It also has my affidavit as being what it purports to be. Additionally, we have the interrogatories from the client, which substantiate the claims that are being made.
Okay. All right, so then, Mr. Sahadi, so then, Mr. Makowski, in urging your motion, anything else that you want me to consider?
Well, the plaintiff did file an amended complaint. And so we also had issues with respect to no negligent activity, and also whether or not he has met one of the prongs of the premises defect. Our contention is that he hasn't. Now, I certainly understand that the amended complaint would trump the motion for summary judgment on these points. However, I think with respect to that one entity, CCRGV, I think that perhaps we may be able to even reach an agreement with Mr. Sahadi that they should just be dismissed from the case.
Okay.
Judge, I'll visit with Mr. Makowski on that. If they're not a proper party, then I'll dismiss or I'll amend my petition to delete them. I don't anticipate any problems, Judge.
Okay, so if y'all don't come up with an agreement, then I'm gonna hold this hearing over until March 23rd at 11 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
I'll give y'all an opportunity to talk.
Thank you. And I'll give you a call right after this, James.
That's fine.
Hey, thanks.
Okay.
May we
Judge.
dismiss, Judge?
Yes, you may be excused. All right, Mr. Ramos?
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, sir.
I am here on, just when I put away the docket, I am on number,
21, Your Honor.
yes, 21, Judge.
Okay, F 2111-20-9 in the matter of the marriage of Rodrigo Reyes and Kenya Reyes.
Yes, Your Honor, Attorney Juan Ramos here on behalf of Mr. Rodrigo Reyes. And Your Honor, we're set for a status conference. About a week and a half ago, we had a hearing in master court because there was a child support hearing regarding wages and a SAPSR that had been filed in 2020. I believe actually that the child support office is going to file intervention in this case now and dismiss non-suit the pending SAPSR. So as soon as they file their motion, we should be ready to go, Judge. They have income information, so we can finally get this done and finalize the divorce.
Okay, so then, is this really the only pending issue, is getting everything worked out with the AG's office?
It is, Judge. They don't have any property. There's no real custody dispute. It's just child support.
Okay. All right, then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and have you come back on March the 23rd and see if they filed the intervention by then. At 9:30, if it's all settled, then we can have it taken care of on that date.
Will do, Judge. And if by any chance there's a holdup on that end, I know that we can try to resolve it. I just know I have some difficulty sometimes getting a hold of the respondent who's pro se, but I'll try my best effort to get it done before then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. You have a good one.
You too. Okay, is it Lapis?
Yes, Your Honor, Lopez.
Lopez, okay, sorry about that.
No worries. I'm on number 10. We have a 202 motion to take some pre-suit discovery. This is a case against Donna PD or a Donna PD officer. My clients they were hit outside of their house, which is about a block and a half from the police department headquarters. We just want to do some pre-suit discovery to make sure that we're suing the right party when we make our election.
Okay.
And so that's what we're trying to do here. And we gave notice to Donna.
I don't see anybody here on their behalf. Is anyone here representing Donna PD or the city of Donna? Okay, give me. Okay, did you send the notice on your own? Because I only see
Yes.
that this was, okay, so you emailed it to them on your own then?
We emailed it and we also sent it through mail.
Okay,
We do this now because my office has been burned but when we made the elections. So we want to make sure that we don't get burned again.
okay. All right, well, there's nobody here on their behalf. And of course, as an officer of the court, you're letting us know that you've also given them notice. So the court is going to grant your petition and have an order. Yes, I do see an order authorizing the deposition. And that was filed on December the 14th, 2021. So I'll ask for that to be forwarded to my queue.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
That's it. May I be excused?
You certainly may. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Peña? What case are you here on?
It's F
Okay.
dash 4095 dash 20-9.
Okay, so you're here in the matter of the marriage of Maria Peña and Jose Guadalupe Peña.
Sí.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Peña, do you understand English or are you going to need the services of an interpreter?
Necesito un intérprete, por favor.
Okay, let me have my translator come back on. Ms. Rivera, will you please contact Ms. Castañeda to go ahead and log in?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to check to see if everything has been filed. Mr. Peña, do you understand English?
Yeah, I can do it in English.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Castañeda, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're on number 4 on the court's docket. I'm gonna go ahead and prove this up with Mr. Peña since he understands English. But I'll just need some questions by Mrs. Peña to be answered in just a bit, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me have you both raise your right hand, Ms. Castañeda.
Miss Peña, por favor, levanta su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Peña?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Castañeda?
Miss Peña, ¿jura que el testimonio que está a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, lower your hands.
Puede bajar su mano.
Okay, so Mr. Peña, please state your full name for the record.
Jose Guadalupe Peña.
And you are married to Maria D. Jesus Peña, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And at the time that this petition was filed, was Ms. Peña living in Hidalgo County for at least 90 days?
Yes.
And was she living in, was she living in Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes.
And were you married on or about November 13th, 1992?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the date of your separation? Do you recall?
No, we still live in the same house.
Okay, so you're still in the same home right now.
Yeah.
All right. So at this time, has your marriage become insupportable because of discord or conflict? In other words, you're not getting along right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there any chance for you both to reconcile, get back together?
No, we haven't tried, but no, we're still the same.
Okay. And you all, do you have any children together?
Yeah, I got somebody who's 22 years old.
Okay, but he's over the age of 18, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so you have no minor children together, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Have you and your wife entered into an agreement as to dividing the property?
Yes.
Okay. And what is that agreement?
The agreement is I still paying this house. We got a equity loan. My payoff is $15,000. So I'm gonna pay that money, and I'm gonna give you $75,000 so I can keep this property.
Okay, so you're going to pay off the home equity loan?
Yes,
And then what's gonna happen to the home?
I'm gonna keep it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give you $75,000.
And you're going to give your wife $75,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And by when will you be giving her that?
Because as soon as I get some information for the bank that I'm getting divorced, because that is on my name on Maria, it's not on my name.
Okay,
So I get some information, I can put an application in the bank, then I can proceed, get the loan, so I can give it the check $75,000.
okay. So how much time did you and Maria agree to? Did you agree to giving you a year, 2 years, 3 years?
No, I mean, to get the loan, until it's gonna take no more than 6 weeks.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 year, okay?
Okay,
Because since you all do not have attorneys, no, who's gonna be fixing the decree for you later if you don't give her the money, you know what I mean?
yes,
So we need to come up with a date. I understand it might take 6 weeks, hopefully it will. But I'm gonna put that in there, okay? And let me see. And then what else? What about cars?
no, we're gonna keep the cars to me. She's gonna
Okay.
keep your car, and we'll keep my own truck.
What car is she keeping?
It's like it's a 2021 Cadillac.
Okay, what kind of Cadillac?
It's a XS4.
An X4?
Yeah, I think it's XT4, something like that.
Okay. And is she paying on it?
Yes.
Who does she pay?
Me.
Where do you owe the Cadillac?
And over there in Mission. It's a
Yes,
lease.
but do you pay Cadillac? Do you pay Ford Motor Credit?
¿Quién da el payment de la troca?
GMC.
GMC.
Okay. And what vehicle are you paying?
I'm paying Ford Mustang.
Okay, what year?
It's a 2021.
And who do you pay that Mustang to?
Ford Motors.
Okay, any other vehicles?
No, it's a now old truck. It's a 2010.
And what kind of truck is it?
It's a GMC 2010.
And who's gonna stay with that?
Me.
Any other vehicles, boats, RVs?
Oh, no boats. No.
Okay. And then credit cards, you're each gonna pay your own credit cards?
Yes, I'm gonna pay my own credit cards.
Okay. And is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Castaneda, please ask Ms. Peña if she understands that he's going to pay off the home equity loan?
Ms. Peña, ¿entiende usted que el señor va a pagar el préstamo con garantía hipotecaria?
Sí.
Yes.
Does she understand that he is going to pay her $75,000 for the interest in the home?
Y sabe usted, sí entiende que él le va a pagar a usted $75,000 por el interés en la casa?
Sí.
Yes.
But that's only upon him refinancing the home. And he says it's going to take 6 weeks, but I'm going to do the usual 1 year.
Pero eso es cuando él refinancia la casa. Él dice que pueden ser 6 semanas. Yo voy a dar 1 año.
Está bien.
That's fine.
But I mean, if he finishes it in 6 weeks, great. But it's just so that they don't have to come back and ask for an enforcement.
Sí, eso es por si en caso, si él lo puede hacer en 6 semanas, qué bueno. Y esto es nada más para que no tengan que venir para atrás como en 1 año para hacer una enforzación.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay. And does she understand that she's going to stay with the 2021 Cadillac XT4 pay GMC?
Y usted entiende que usted se va a quedar con el Cadillac 2021 XT4 y usted lo va a pagar a GMC?
Sí.
Yes.
And he will stay with the 2021 Ford Mustang payable to Ford Motor Credit and the 2010 GMC truck.
Y él se va a quedar con un Ford Mustang 2021 que está haciendo los pagos a Ford Motors y él se va a quedar también con una 2010 GMC.
Sí.
Yes.
And that each are going to pay the credit cards under each other, their appropriate names.
Y cada quien va a pagar sus tarjetas de crédito a que tenga nombre de ustedes.
Sí.
Yes.
And is she asking for a name change to María de Jesús Alanis?
¿Y está usted pidiendo que le cambien su nombre a María de Jesús Alanis?
Sí.
Yes.
And have her spell Alanis.
Por favor, deletrea Alanis.
Es ALANIS.
ALANIS.
Okay. Now she is the one that filed for this divorce. Is that correct?
Usted es la que, Ms. Peña, usted es la que pidió la petición, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And is she still asking for a divorce today?
Y hoy todavía usted está pidiendo el divorcio.
Sí.
Yes.
And is she asking the court to approve the agreement that has been testified into the record by her and her husband?
Y está usted pidiéndole a la corte que acepte el convenio que acaban de poner aquí enfrente de la corte.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Then the court is granting the divorce, is accepting the agreement as set forth in the record, and also is going to ask that the divorce decree that was filed by the parties on February 4th, 2022 be forwarded to my queue, is granting the name change to María de Jesús Alanis. And I'll go ahead and let her know that I will go ahead and sign off on that decree, but I am going to need to make some changes.
Ms. Peña, la corte va a aprobar el decreto que metieron, pero sí va a hacer ella unos cambios.
Está bien.
That's fine.
And it's just so that it can be exactly what they testified to on the record.
Y es nada más para que refleje lo que pusieron ahorita en la corte.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I wish them the best of luck and may God bless them.
I got a question, Judge.
Buena suerte.
Yes,
Go
I got
ahead.
a question. To get any sort of paper so I can start applying for the loan, they're gonna send it to us or?
Okay, so the clerk is gonna send me the divorce decree,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna sign it. And since there's emails on the divorce decree, it'll get emailed to you.
okay, thanks.
Okay, so the bank may require a certified copy. If it's a certified copy, then you need to come in person and
Okay.
ask for it.
Okay,
Okay?
okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, best of luck to you all.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care. Okay, Rosa Martinez, do you have a case?
Yes,
Okay, which one is it?
it's F-4336.21.9.
Okay, and is Miguel Gomez present?
He's not present, ma'am. I don't see him here, but we did an amendment because we put the wrong name. It's Manuel instead of Miguel. It's Manuel Alejandro Gomez.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so that was amended and it should be there.
Okay, but you're asking, you haven't been able to find him?
No. And I'm assisting my mom. She doesn't speak English.
Oh, so you're not Rosa Martinez?
No, she's here.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Ms. Castañeda, please have Ms. Martinez raise her right hand.
Señora Martínez, por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Jura que el testimonio que está a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí, juro.
Yes, I swear.
Have him lower her hand.
Puede bajar su mano.
Ask her, is she married to Manuel Alejandro Gomez?
¿Está usted casada con el señor Manuel Alejandro Gómez?
Sí.
Yes.
This is number 8 on the court's docket, Ms. Castañeda.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, ask her, when is the last time that she had contact with Mr. Gomez?
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que usted tuvo contacto con el señor Gómez?
Cuando se fue, hace ya casi 3 años.
When he left almost 3 years ago.
Do they have any children together?
¿Tienen niños
No.
juntos?
No.
No.
Ask her to wait until after the question is asked.
Okay. Ms. Martínez, tiene que esperar hasta que se termine la pregunta y yo le pregunte en español.
Sí.
Yes.
Does she have any contact with any family members or friends of his?
¿Tiene usted contacto con familia o amigos de él?
No.
No.
Has she tried the last phone number where that she had for him?
¿Usted caló de comunicarse con él en el último número de teléfono que tenía de él?
Lo desconectó, sonaba desconectado, apagado.
He
O sea,
disconnected it, so it sounded disconnected.
Where is the last city that she knows or county that she knows that he has been living in?
¿Qué es la última ciudad o condado que usted sabe que él estuvo viviendo?
Condado Hidalgo.
Hidalgo County?
Okay.
Sí.
All right. Then the court is reviewing and taking judicial notice of the documents in the court's file, specifically the affidavit for citation by posting that was submitted by the petitioner on October 29, 2021, and is granting her motion for substitution of service. Okay. She filed a proposed order, so I can have that sent to us. And after the let her know that after she does her citation and receives that order, then she'll have to file an order resetting hearing on this.
Ok, después de que la corte firme la orden en la moción de la sustitución del servicio, va a tener que meter otra orden para poner esta fecha otra vez, para poner otra fecha.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna have a status hearing on this on April the 6th at 9:30.
Okay, vamos a tener otra conferencia, otra fecha de corte el día 6 de abril a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Está bien.
If she has satisfied all the requirements by that date, then we can do the divorce on that date.
Si usted ha satisfacido todas las reglas de la corte para esa fecha, entonces esa fecha podemos hacer el divorcio final.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay, she's excused.
Se puede retirar.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, I do see that you're back on, so we're going to go to CL 220046-I, Unifund versus Jose A. Navarro.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, this is an appeal from JP Court. It's a trial de novo. I'm just asking the court to set this for trial. My client and I, he was available. He's a school teacher. He had taken the morning off, but he was not able to take the afternoon off. So I'm not ready to go to trial today. But I think if we can get a bench trial in the very near future, that'll resolve all issues, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Carnahan, any response?
I don't have any response, Your Honor. Your clerk, Ms. Rivera, was attempting to reach Mr. Ramirez.
Okay, so he's asking for a setting for a bench trial. He's on the screen.
Mr. Ramirez is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't see.
It says Dennis Ramirez. He doesn't have his camera on.
I thought this was a trial today, Your Honor.
What happened was his client had the morning off, not the afternoon.
Oh,
I
okay,
had to change it to the afternoon because of a funeral that I attended.
I got you.
So now we're gonna have to reset that. Okay, so Ms. Rivera, can I get a, let me see.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. I think we can do, the earliest I can do is March the 2nd at 1:30.
No objection, Judge, and thank you. My client and I will be available.
Okay, March 2nd at 1:30.
I'll relay that to Midland Credit Management, Your Honor. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, Sandra Villarreal.
Sí.
Okay, Ms. Villarreal, ¿qué es lo que tiene usted hoy?
La corte para el divorcio.
Okay, ¿usted se va por el apellido Sandra Patricia Ortiz?
Sí.
Okay, ¿y su esposo es Lorenzo Villarreal?
Correcto.
Okay, pero no se ha presentado el señor Villarreal.
Sí, lo que pasa es que parece que él está en línea por teléfono.
Okay, ¿él habla español o inglés?
Bien, perdón.
Lorenzo.
Español.
Señor Villarreal, ¿está aquí usted presente en la línea?
Sí, ma'am, aquí me encuentro.
Okay, un momento. Ms. Rivera, go ahead and check to see if it's perfected, and then that way Ms. Castañeda can get back on.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Okay, this is the waiver that had to be redone, right?
Yes.
Okay. But why did you all put Cameron County on here? ¿Por qué pusieron el condado de Cameron?
Nah,
Porque,
él fue el que
tú
pidió
vives
la
allá en Cameron, ¿no?
¿Cómo?
Pues tú vives allá en Cameron County, ¿no? Allá en Bronx.
En Mission. Tengo la dirección.
She's saying she lives in Mission. Si usted vive en Mission, entonces el condado no está correcto. Pero
Con la
como quiera,
localidad.
déjame ver. Hold on. Okay. So, ¿ustedes tienen hijos juntos?
No.
No,
Okay. ¿Tienen deudas?
no.
No.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Castañeda, please ask both parties to raise their right hand.
Okay, por favor, levanten su mano derecha.
Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Juran que el testimonio que están a punto de dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Juro.
Sí.
I swear, yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Villarreal, you did sign a waiver of service, however, it has the incorrect county. Do you still want to proceed today and accept it and say that you, although you didn't sign the waiver correctly, is that enough notice?
Ms. Villarreal, usted firmó un waiver.
Sí.
Una extensión del servicio, pero tiene el condado equivocado. Como quiera, ¿quiere proseguir ahora sabiendo que tenía el condado equivocado?
Sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Ask Mr. Villarreal to state his full name for the record.
Señor Villarreal, por favor, pone su nombre completo.
Lorenzo Villarreal.
Lorenzo Villarreal.
And are you currently married to Sandra Patricia Ortiz?
Y ahorita está usted casado con la señora Sandra Patricia Ortiz.
Sí.
Yes.
At the time that he filed for divorce, did he live in this county for 90 days and in Texas for 6 months?
Y cuando usted metió esta petición, usted vivía en este condado por 90 días y en el estado de Texas por los últimos 6 meses.
Sí.
Yes.
Did they get married on September 27, 2006 and cease to live together as husband and wife in October of 2019?
Y ustedes se casaron el día 27 de septiembre de 2006 y dejaron de vivir juntos en octubre del 2019.
Correcto.
That's correct.
And you're asking the court for a divorce today because your marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marital relationship.
Y ustedes están pidiendo el divorcio porque el matrimonio se ha puesto insoportable por discordias o conflictos de personalidades que destruyen las legítimas órdenes del matrimonio.
Correcto.
That's correct.
Okay, and ask him, is he asking the court for a divorce today?
¿Usted le está pidiéndole a la corte un divorcio hoy?
Sí, así es.
Yes, that's right.
And do him and his wife have any children that are under the age of 18 together?
¿Y usted y su esposa no tienen hijos que son menores de 18 juntos?
No.
No.
Is your wife currently expecting a child of this marriage?
¿Está su esposa ahorita esperando bebé de este matrimonio?
No.
No.
And do him and his wife have any community property to divide?
¿Y usted y su esposa tienen alguna propiedad en común para dividir? Comunal?
No.
No.
No, nada.
No, nothing.
Okay. And the 2013 Ram truck that he has is before the marriage?
Y la troca, la Ram troca que tiene del 2013, ¿esa es la tenía usted antes del matrimonio?
No. Yo la compré hace 2 años.
I bought it 2 years ago.
Okay. Does he owe on it?
¿Debe usted en esa troca?
Sí.
Yes.
Who does he owe it to?
¿A quién se la debe?
A Walmart Auto Sales.
Walmart,
Walmart. En
Walmart Auto Sales.
Okay. And is he going to continue paying it?
¿Y usted va a continuar a pagarla?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Does she have any vehicle that she's going to be taking of the marriage?
Ms. Ortiz, ¿usted tiene algún carro o vehículo que se va a quedar usted con este matrimonio?
No.
No.
Okay. Now, she's heard the agreement that her husband has put on the record. Is that her agreement as well?
Usted escuchó, Ms. Ortiz, ¿usted escuchó el testimonio que el señor puso aquí en frente de la corte? ¿Está usted de acuerdo?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And is she asking the court to approve the agreement and also grant the divorce?
¿Y usted está pidiéndole a esta corte que apruebe este divorcio?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Does she have Villarreal on her license or any official documents and she needs her name changed to Ortiz, or does she have Ortiz on those?
Okay. ¿Tiene usted Villarreal en algún documento y necesita cambiarlo para Ortiz o cómo tiene sus documentos?
Todos tienen Villarreal.
They all
Mi
have Villarreal.
residencia, mi número social, mi licencia.
My
Okay.
license, my social security.
Is she asking for a name change to Villarreal? I mean, to Ortiz.
¿Está usted pidiéndole a la corte que le cambien su nombre a Ortiz?
Pero tendría que cambiar todos mis documentos ahorita o los puedo cambiar esos después cuando tenga que renovar mi residencia.
Do I need to go change all my documents now or when I have to go change my residency?
She will have that order with her for whenever she wants to do the name change.
Usted tendría la orden con usted y los puede hacer cuando usted quiera.
Correcto, entonces sí.
Then correct, then yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, then the court is granting the divorce, is granting the agreement as testified to on the record. And just let them know that I might have to make a little bit of changes on their decree, but that's just to reflect what they have testified to.
A lo mejor voy a conceder el divorcio, pero a lo mejor voy a tener que hacer poquitos cambios en el decreto y es nada más para que refleje lo que pusimos en la corte.
Muy bien.
Está bien.
That's fine.
Okay, then I'll ask for the amended final decree of divorce that was filed on October 27, 2021 to be forwarded to my queue. Okay, if nothing further, bueno, buena suerte, que Dios los bendiga y ojalá que todo les vaya bien.
Oiga, ¿y ya estamos
Gracias.
divorciados? ¿Qué?
¿Ya estamos divorciados?
Okay, cuando yo firme el decreto y ya lo vaya a recibir, es cuando están divorciados, ¿ok? Pero no se pueden casar hasta 30 días después de la fecha la que yo firmé. ¿Ok?
O sea, los va a mandar el divorcio para acá, para la casa, ¿verdad, Miss?
Pues yo no. El clerk, porque como si ustedes pusieron el correo electrónico, entonces se lo mandan. Pero déjame ver si Sandra puso su correo electrónico también.
Sí, parece que sí.
Yo el mío, yo no tengo eso.
Yo sí, ahí me mandaron la corte.
Ok. So ustedes lo firmaron, entonces a Sandra yo creo que se lo van a mandar por correo electrónico y al señor Villarreal se lo mandan por el correo regular.
Correcto. Ok.
Bueno, ok.
Pues muchísimas gracias.
Ok, buena suerte.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Ok.
Bye-bye.
Miss Montes, Debbie Montes. What case do you have? A divorce?
Yes.
Okay, was Pedro Mata going to be present today?
No.
Okay, let me just look for this case very quickly. Okay, Mr. Mata filed an answer back on October 14th of 2021. And let me see if he was, okay. So he asked to be notified of today's hearing. So notice was sent to 2204 Spring Glen Drive. Is that where he's currently residing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and he is not present today.
No, I called him this morning. Well, he called me this morning and he just told me we're divorced already. I'm like, we haven't even gone to court until 1:30. And he's like, well, I don't know. They already sent me the email. And I said, okay, fine. But I don't know.
Okay, so do you and Mr. Mata have any children together?
Yes.
But any under the age of 18?
Yes, two.
Okay, so just to let you know, I know you did this on your own.
Yes.
Okay. Have you and him come to an agreement?
Yes, he signed
The decree?
or something. Yeah, he had signed some papers already.
Okay, let me check.
Yeah, we're in an agreement with that. We're not fighting over the girls. No, nothing like that. I have nothing. I mean, we both have nothing but the girls.
Okay, so what about the house? Is there any community property?
No.
Any vehicles?
One, the one that I'm using for myself and my girls.
Is that the 2006 Ford Explorer?
Yes.
And he has a vehicle?
No.
Okay. And there's no home to divide then?
No.
And each of you are going to pay your own debts under your names?
Yes.
And what about child support?
Child support, the last payment that I received was last year on February. And since I haven't received anything.
But what are you all doing as far as child support is concerned?
I mean, everything's gonna be staying the same. Everything's still the same. I guess whenever I receive a payment from him.
So you already have a child support order in place?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then that's gonna be an issue. Because since you have a child support order in place, you have to do a motion to consolidate.
Now, what would that, I mean, what does that mean?
Let me get that for you. Okay, so, I mean, I can't do it for you, but I'm gonna look at something real quick. Okay. So the case that you have with us is F-4543-21-9. The case that you have with the AGs is F-4377-18-9. So there's an order already in place with that one.
For what?
So, well, for your child support. Isn't that what you have, an order in suit for modification?
Yes.
Okay.
When he was working, well, apparently he was telling me, that he earned so much money and I wanted to see if I can get more for my girls. I guess that's when I wanted the modification done.
Okay, so you got that judgment signed back on September of 2021. Okay, and yeah, that's on there as far as how much he's in back child support and how much he's supposed to pay in current child support. And it's not really that much. Okay. Have you seen that order already?
No.
It says that, okay, let me see. In the prior order, he was supposed to pay $198 monthly. He had a child support judgment of $1,193.94. He also had to pay medical support in the amount of $361.30. And there was going to be a modification, but then they dropped it, which means that either he wasn't earning the money that he was telling you he was earning, so everything stayed the same.
Yes, yes.
So now you have that child support order, but since you have that case, you have to do a motion to consolidate. You have to consolidate that case into your divorce so that you can use the figures for that order. You also have to let the Office of the Attorney General know that you're getting a divorce. Because are your children on Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So the Attorney General's office has to make a decision whether they want to intervene in this case or not. Because when there's money owed to the state with Medicaid, they have to make the decision if they want to come after that money from your husband. Okay? So you won't be able to get a divorce today until you file that motion to modify. I'm sorry, that motion to consolidate.
Consolidate, okay.
I'll give you some time to file that, and I can give you a reset date to April the 6th at 9:30. And at that time, hopefully you'll have everything done by then. If you don't, you won't be able to get a divorce.
Okay, and the only reason I'm doing this is because, I mean, he's already telling him, he was telling me that, well, whenever you pass away, I'm gonna get your property. I'm like, what property do I have? I sold that property a long time ago. So that's the only reason I'm doing this, to get a divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could give you information, but I can't.
And where do I file this at? The motion to consolidate or whatever?
You file it with the clerk's office where you filed all your other documents, but I don't know where you get that form, because since you're pro se, I can't give you any kind of advice or anything. I can't tell you where to look for anything. I mean, the only thing I can say is, I think the only thing we're allowed to tell you is that I think there's a Texas legal help for forms or something.
Yes, my
That's
cousin
all.
got these forms.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I can tell you. That's all we're allowed to say. So you need to get that motion to consolidate.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
Yes, you too, thank you.
Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and look at the rest of the docket. Okay, did anybody call in on number 15?
No, Your Honor. And nothing was filed.
Motion for okay. When was the last time that they came before the court?
I can get that date for you.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, this,
I'm sorry, I don't see that they have come before us.
no, Judge, this is the first setting that they've had. It's, it was filed in 2019. The amended filing took place in 2020. Then they did a second amended in late 2020. And then it was transferred to Your Honor. And they filed a motion, this motion, and reset it, Judge. So it's never been heard.
Okay. Go ahead and
there was an answer on file, Judge, 2021 by William Pope, Attorney William.
Bill Pope.
Yes. But I don't, I mean, we sent the link, Judge, to both attorneys.
Okay. Let's go ahead and set them for a status hearing on not even, let's just set them for March 23rd at 9:30. Okay. And what about number 22?
Judge, nothing was filed, and the last status that we had was on December the 1st. Prior to that, there was a bench trial, and it was on September the 29th, but Judge, Your Honor, did set it for status there after.
And I thought Mr. Colegio, they were gonna do something, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just set it for the drop.
Yes,
because it's been several settings already. And number 26?
Nothing was filed, Your Honor.
Okay, set it for the drop. All right, that concludes this afternoon's docket.